Happy Hogmas, everybody. Welcome to Reuzel Live. Today we have a amazing presentation, our last one of the year, European Technical Manager and Scorum alumnus, my friend, Paul Taylor-Clinch. What's going on, Paul? How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Nick. How are you doing today? You well?
Oh, yeah, living it up in Pensacola, Florida, ready to kick off the holidays.
Well, I'm definitely feeling the Christmas spirit. I hope you guys are as well.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Amazing. Are we due to start now, Nick? Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. Guys, welcome. I'm so happy to be here for our last live of 2024. We're going to have some great fun today. I'm going to do an executive contour on my model AP. And we're going to be talking through some of the techniques and how we process and how we design our haircuts, just to help you guys feel more confident in your work through the day. So, to start with, you can see here, I'm just combing Nate's hair backwards. And then you've seen hundreds and hundreds of times us talk about our baseline and like how that is like the fundamental part of our classic range of haircuts. So we're going to break it down as much as I can today, because sometimes I personally find that if you strip everything right back to the beginning, you're going to like re-remember, or you're going to feel more confident in doing these haircuts on your clients. So the thing that I'm going to start with, it's so important, guys, that we get the correct placement of our baseline. So Alan, if you come in like really close here and just sort of zoom in on Abe's head, I'm going to use the comb as the guide for this, guys. So I'm going to lift that, and you can see here, can you see around the front there, Adam? You can see where the comb is lifting away from Abe's head. Boom, there's my corner. Coming around the head. And look at that, guys. One movement. Nice clean section. Let's do that again. So again, my comb is coming up the side of his head. Tilt that to the corner. And my finger, my index finger is here, and I'm just pulling that towards me. Nice and clean. Holding the hair, using the thin side, guys, of my comb to brush the hair. Big teeth are for sectioning. Small teeth are for combing. And again, you can just see how nice and clean we're making that look just through there, guys. Can you all see that? Excellent. Now, guys, this is definitely one of the most common haircuts in our classic range. So it's important that we get it right. And I'm going to talk you through every step of the way, guys. So this haircut is, unlike our Vanguard, is going to be more of a clipper-based haircut to start with, especially through the sides here. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start with my C grip. Pretty self-explanatory, chaps and chapettes, why it's called a C grip. And then we have our standard grip. So fingers above is standard, thumb underneath. Well, fingers are still above it, but it's a C. So you guys, you understand. I'm just making sure I've got a nice, even wetness in the head. Now, this is super important, guys. Super, super important. What we don't want to do with this haircut, and I just want you to be sort of straight on there so you can see the angles I'm going to be doing with the comb. What we don't want, guys, is we don't want to be doing this. Yeah? And we don't want to be tilting inwards either, because then we're going to round the shape. And then if we tilt out, what we're going to do is we're actually going to be creating the graduation there and the weight line. And we don't want to do that. All we want to do is remove the unnecessary bulk of our haircut. So I'll be coming up through. Starting, of course, at the squarest part of the head, guys. That is that center section here. Both sides of the ear. Ear in the middle. And we're going to be starting there, and then we're going to go forward. And then we're going to go backwards, following that round of the head, as opposed going with, our baseline. So again, keeping our body nice and tall. And again, I'm going to be coming up And again, I'm not tilting. I'm going to try not to tilt in or out. We're going to come back nice and square, working to my sternum. Taking a step, guys, super important. Every time I do something, taking a step, then stepping around, elevating all of that hair up, stepping around. Now, as we get to behind the ear, guys, you see there our baseline is following that shape of Abe's head here. So naturally, our comb is. So instead of stressing my body, you see what I've just done there? Instead of Abe staying like this, and I have to now drop my knees and go right down like this. Yeah? Guys, we've got to protect our bodies. So by having better posture, it's going to help us make better haircuts and make us do the things that we love doing a lot longer. And then just for refining, guys, I'm just working backwards on myself. And then what we're left there is that beautiful that halo shape, that horseshoe coming right through there. Again, we start at the opposing side. Again, guys, instead of just rushing along to get through it, let's just keep that moisture up, yeah? Again, nice and straight. And we're going to be starting in that center section there, coming across, elevating all of the head at a reach, working backwards, to the back here. Following that around for some precision work, just to refine as we go, guys, making sure we've got nice, clean clipper work. Very, very important. Excellent. So I'm happy with that. We've got our nice halo shape. Moving forward, we're going to use the hair that we haven't cut and use the hair that we have cut as a guide. So Adam, can you just zoom in there, please? So I don't know if you can see, we've got our sort of weight line here, and then we've got our necessary bulk to remove just there. So again, starting in that same position, coming across. Get all of that by desired length. There we go. We can see it's already looking much better. Again, you see there now I'm behind the ear. I'm on that curve of the head. Then I've got my C grip, and I'm just following that underneath, so I can follow that guide, coming all the way down, guys. The thing I love about this, it teaches us some really good patience and control, because with our clipper work, what we see is what we get. Yeah, so I can move around Abe's head, see my guides, see the weight. And guys, what I want to know from you guys today, as well as if you're finding this useful, which I really do hope you are, because it's one of those sort of staple haircuts of our classic range. So I'll try and give you as many tips as I can along the way today. But what I do want to know, guys, is what is your festive plans for the holiday season? If you could let us know in the comments, that'd be great. And I'm sure Nick will read out some really good ones. It's always great to hear how some people celebrate the holidays. So again, guys, coming back around again, just behind the ear here, just removing that weight. And I hope you guys can see that I'm not overly tilting my comb. At this point, I'm simply removing the bolt without creating additional weight. Oops. And big teeth for sectioning. Nice and clean coming across, guys. Small teeth for combing. And what I'm going to do is just make sure I protect that fringe there. Make sure I protect the top. Excellent. And so we're just refining and removing this last bit of weight before we can move on to our scissor work. I mean, the thing that I love about our classic range, especially guys, for me, is that the steps that we'll do are the same. So our executive, it's techniques that we're showing you. Again, the thing I love about doing the executive, especially on my clients or in a class, is the idea of patience. It's teaching you can't rush it. So if you go too fast on your clip work and you don't think about what you're doing, you're going to create totally different shapes on each side. And most importantly, you're going to make mistakes. So I love that this technique teaches you to control your body, control the canvas, so your model in front of you or your client. And it just sort of, there's something quite satisfying about just doing some good old fashioned clip rope cone work. I just find it absolutely sensational. What I am going to do, guys, is I am just going to check my baseline here just because I'm moving on to my scissor work. And as we can see, there's a slight inconsistency. And so my first Scambassador tip for you, well, second really, the first one was the big teeth for sectioning, small teeth for combing. My second Scambassador tip for you guys is with my scissor work, is I'm retracting my scissor as I go. Adam, can you just have a look at this area here for me? So maybe behind my shoulder. So instead of just going like this, I'm making something a bit jagged and inconsistent. I'm retracting my scissor as I go, and you can see that just gives us a beautiful, clean finish just there. So again, guys, every time I cut, I am making that step. I'm following around my model's head. Coming back on this side, guys, again, we're just checking everything just to make sure everything is going to sit how we like. But again, guys, like I was saying, the thing about these haircuts that I love is that we can do our steps. So it makes our work excuse me. It of course makes our work more consistent. But then I love the fact that we can do that personalization. So we've done our baseline, we've removed the bulk. In theory, if we really wanted to, I could literally tidy up his ears, tidy up around his ears, sorry, give him a little fade at the bottom, and we're done. Boom, thank you very much. But I like the fact that we can do that customization. Like, obviously, when we're working with our haircuts, our Reuzel haircuts, especially our classic ranges, we're working through our zones. So zone 2 into zone 1, I really like because that can totally change that haircut. That can be in our Vanguard haircut, just doing our scissor work through the sides. It could be our boogie, where we do some freehand clipper work. It can be an executive, where it's clipper over comb. If they wanted to have a skin fade, you could. So I love that we have so much room for customization within our signature haircuts. Moving on to the cool hair, as I'm sure you've heard it called numerous times here. Then we come in backwards now. And again, the reason why we have these steps, guys, it is to, excuse me, one. That's not even it. The reason we have these steps, guys, is because it's going to make our work so much more consistent. It's going to help us not get lost within our work, and it's going to keep us in control of our work. Again, guys, all these things are extremely important. So coming through, I'm going to set up all of our sections for cutting our cool hair. There we go, guys. Right at the top there of our apex, we're going to separate our crown. I'll just leave that there for you. Again, that's a great indication because what this is showing us, guys, is that it's going to be slightly different on everybody's head. Again, which makes it having our system so unique and it works for everyone because it uses their body. So, excuse me. Big teeth, guys. Thumb or finger on the top of the spine, coming down, little teeth for combing, and we're just sectioning off our crown there, guys. Excuse me. Again, coming through. Now we're going to section off our corner. Big teeth. Down to the recession point there, guys. So we now have our crown, corner, front. Yeah? So starting off on our crown, I'm going to spin it this way because it's got better light. Adam, do you mind standing this side? And we're going to go parallel to what our baseline was. Coming down through. We can see our baseline underneath, guys. Super important. We always want to make sure we're working as cleanly as possible. And again, what I'm going to be doing is following the guide that I made. So if we're here, guys, coming out, retracting the scissor as I go, taking a step, taking a step. And again, we can see our baseline there. Taking a step. And taking a step. So guys, we'd also love to know, Reuzel, what has been your biggest highlight with your work this year? Has it been maybe a haircut you've done that you're extremely proud of, or maybe a technique you've learned and you're really proud of? Or simply that you're happy that your work is being nice and consistent throughout the year? All these things are really great. So again, anything that you guys feel that you've achieved this year, it'd be great to hear about it. Please let us know in the comments, and I'm sure Nick will read out a couple of good ones. So again, guys, we've now done our crown on our right-hand side. Everything's sitting nice and flush. Amazing. Coming through. Just going to separate at the top of the round of the head here.
Hey, Paul.
Yes, sir.
We've got a special guest watching today.
Who's that?
The one and only redhead from New Jersey. Carrie Fonte is watching.
Carrie, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Happy holidays.
And she says her biggest highlight is the Reuzel Ambassador team. She's incredibly proud of them. They are the best in the industry. I would agree if I could do say so myself.
I mean, I don't know about you, Nick, but I substantially agree. So no,
yeah,
thank you so much, Carrie. That was absolutely amazing to hear. Thank you so much. Again, guys, if you've got any other achievements and something that you're really proud of this year, please do let us know. So again, guys, I'm coming through my corner now, and if you notice, unlike my baseline that was following my model's head, I'm actually coming out square. That is because I want to retain some of that weight. I'm not following it around in here, which would make it more crop shape. I'm keeping that nice and square because I want to keep that weight. I want to keep that. So when it brushes back, it's going to sit absolutely beautifully. And you can already sort of see everything is flowing really, really nicely coming forward there. Again, guys, we are now onto the front. Nick, what are you proud of this year? What have you achieved? Something that you're really proud of, something you've done or something you've learned?
Oh man, that's a great question. What am I proud of and what we've achieved this year? Honestly, I'd say that the progress we're making with the Denver Academy has been really
Yeah.
nice. It's been really exciting watching the academy grow.
The
And
videos look
also,
amazing, man.
yeah, it's been a good time. Considering when we first started, we were basically giving away attendance, and now people are showing up because they want to be there, and people want to be there anyway. But it's been a good time watching the academy curriculum grow and the new classes that we're developing. We have an amazing team. We've got an amazing group of ambassadors that help out with the academy as well. So I'd say that's what I'm most proud of is the education team and the
I love
academy.
that. I love that. That's a great one. I think, guys, the thing that I'm most proud of this year is, for me, is I'm very proud and very fortunate to be part of this amazing company. I've been with the company now nearly 9 years, which is like kind of extraordinary. I know I don't look a day over 20, but no, I'm really proud that I'm get to still be with this amazing brand, and I get to keep spreading our greasy gospel, which is always fabulous. And I love talking to you guys as well. So this is actually my first live of the year, and it's my last one. So if you'd like me to maybe do a couple more next year, you message Nick, and we'll sort something out, I'm sure. We do have some sadness to talk about tonight, though, guys. We really do. Our old school closed. I'm sure, hopefully, you guys would have seen the videos, and it's an incredibly touching moment. It's been for myself, especially because when I was there, it held so many memories for me because I, of course, worked at Squadron and lived there for a few years. But with great sadness comes fantastic opportunity. And hopefully you guys have seen it, but we're really super proud to announce that we are doing Old School on the Road. That is like we are going to be coming to you. We do have some dates up on our website at the Old School Barter Academy. You'll be able to see Old School on the Road. We also do have some classes at Scorum itself next year. So again, if you need to, well, you do need to because it's amazing and fantastic. But have a look, see if those dates work for you, and keep an eye on what countries that you want us to come to next. Even myself or Nick or any of our amazing team, of course, Rob and Lee, of course, themselves. But yeah, put it in those comments, and we will see what we can do and get back to you. Coming across, guys, back to our haircut. Now doing the crown on the opposing side. Now, the thing again that I like about our haircuts, guys, especially our classic ranges, everything has a structure to it. So even though we're doing executive where the finish is apart, it is actually an even cut haircut. As in its symmetry, sorry. It has a symmetrical haircut. So unlike our boogie, which has that asymmetry, our executive is the symmetrical haircut. It is simply in the styling. Hey, do you want some water, lad? Yeah. Come on, then. But yeah, so that is something that's excited there. Old School on the Road next year. Super excited. I think the first day is in January. We are going to some amazing countries already. Myself and Duncan are going to be in Paris in March on the 10th. We have got dates booked for Portugal. So again, please check out the website and find some of those times and dates that will suit you. Coming across into the corner now, guys. And again, using that scissor technique of retracting my scissor as I move through the haircut. And you can see on my corner, I'm going nice and square. And can you just see that there, champ, just to make sure it really emphasizes that squareness, that we're not going round and chopping off all of this weight. And at this point, we're not overly extending. We're literally just following that nice square shape. Nick, have we got any achievements or anything, or any questions so far?
I've been throwing them up on the screen as you've been demonstrating and talking. We've got Joel Tenser, Scumbassador out of Arizona. He said he's had an amazing year working with and learning from the Scumbassador squad, and he's been utilizing new blending and texturizing techniques.
Oh, fabulous. Now, honestly, guys, I love these lives so much. I tune in every Monday myself. Every Monday we do it once a month because I really like seeing other people using our techniques and really embracing them into their everyday cutting. Like, honestly, for myself and the rest of the team, I know it just makes us so proud that people really like how we process our haircuts, how we do move forward with our haircuts, and how we map them out. So our design work that you would have seen me do tonight, going through again, we've gone through our baseline. How we found that baseline was using our comb, finding that corner. We have then done our crown. We sectioned it through the top here. We did our crown, corner, and the front. And now, guys, I'm going to do zone 4, that top profile through the middle here. Again, similar kind of technique to the side. So you see where the comb is leaving Abe's head here? You see that, chat? That's where we're going to start. Again, guys, making sure we have super crisp, super clean sections. So you can see from our top profile and coming through. And again, guys, can you see I'm using that scissor there? It's a nice, retractive scissor work.
Hey, Paul, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Just want to let you know we've got viewers from all over the world. We got
Oh,
North America,
fantastic.
U.S., Canada, Denmark, Guatemala, all over the place.
Oh, fantastic. Guys, I do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch us tonight. Honestly, it does really mean an awful lot. And guys, I'm just keeping in mind my posture. And I'm simply connecting everything to that top profile we done. Excellent. Beautiful. Really, really nice. Okay, guys, I'm going to be using a little bit of our limited edition. Usually when I do these, I let you guys pick, but I absolutely have fallen in love with this one. This is absolutely my favorite thing at the minute. And that's so good. So, and it's pink. So put that on a Christmas tree. That'll look good. And we're working into the hair. And then
Hey,
we're gonna,
Paul.
yes, sir.
So I just threw up a question for our viewers, but I wanted to ask you as well.
Sure.
What are your New Year's resolutions for haircutting in 2025?
Oh, that is a fantastic question. Oh, resolutions for haircutting. You know what? I think it is to be as consistent as I was this year. This is what I love about our work and our formula, how we approach our haircuts. I love the consistency of it. This is why I'm very fortunate in my career, especially working with our amazing brand Reuzel, because I get to travel an awful lot and I absolutely love what I do. And then I get asked all the time, am I ever nervous when we do a show or a class? Because sometimes when you're teaching a class, guys, it can be quite intimidating. Some of these people can be really, really well known or really great for their work, and they're choosing to take time out of their year to come and see you. So people, I get asked quite a lot, do I get nervous with it? And the truth is, I don't. Not because I don't care, but because I love our system so much and I practice it all the time that I can be consistent. I think consistency is absolutely king. So even there, guys, look at that. I'm going to blow dry it in, and then we can have some fun detailing and refining, personalizing. Again, that's what I love about our classic range. It's it leaves so much room for us to be able to customize it. Once we've done our haircut, because right now we have done all of our steps. Now it's all about how much weight do we want to retain? Do we want to go for a short faded sides? All these little things. So I'm going to be starting at the back, guys, at the crown. Is that right? It's not too hot? Next one. Hi guys, I think one of the things that I do really, really love about our methodology and our process of our haircuts, I think the thing that I really love is that it's not extremely time consuming, you know? Like the actual haircut, when the hair is damp, like that's when our classic range, that's how we do our haircuts. So when the hair's damp, it's actually like it doesn't take that long. So you can fit it in a half an hour or 45-minute slot really comfortably. So, guys, while I'm blow drying this, what I want to hear from you is what is your Christmas dinner go to? What do you have on Christmas Day? Are you a turkey? Do you have pumpkin pie? Is that a thing you guys do in the States for this time of year? Or is that just a fall thing? Or are you a British roast beef? I want to know what you guys like to eat on Christmas Day. Guys, we can already see how beautiful that is falling through there. It's starting to look really, really nice. Excellent. So come back to the tip number 3 for tonight. See what I just did there? I was blow drying like this. Keep an eye on my shoulders. Now switching. Again, my body can say nice and relaxed. And again, guys, you can see there just how beautiful our connections are from our transition to our corner, to our crown, to our front. It is all really starting to come together and look absolutely amazing. Now, the one thing that I do, and if you've seen any of the lives that I've done for Reuzel before, I love to do my Superman S technique. I've been fortunate enough, especially with our amazing brand, to go all around the world. And one way I like to achieve lift is I create an S in the hair. So what that's going to do is I'm going to be working against the hair and then lifting up to give it that volume. Now, I don't know what that technique is called, but I'm pretty sure Carrie or Nicholas can trademark it as a Reuzel thing, but we're going to go with the Superman today.
That's a good technique with the movie coming out next year. I'd keep it.
Yeah, you like that? It better be good. And then, guys, I'm just using a little bit of cold air just to try and solidify that shape in.
Hey, Paul.
Yes, sir.
Gary says, thank you for the gift of a trademarked technique.
You're always welcome. Okay, guys, remember when I was saying that the thing that I love about our classic range is how we can customize it after we've done our steps. So I know that Abe likes a certain finish. So I'm going to go with a 3. And I'm going to come straight off his head. Again, I've done all of my steps. And now I can choose how much weight to remove. I can really customize zones 1 and 2. Guys, for those of you who don't know, zones 1 and 2, what I'm talking about there is part of our Reuzel language there. So our zone 1 is from this temple here below the obstacle, and zone 2 is all of this transition at this area here. This is the area, obviously, where we do a lot of our fade work. Absolutely amazing. And again, I'm using Abe's head here as a natural guide. So you can see, oh, he just get nice and close here for me. Everything is going to more or less blend into my clipper over comb work. Look at that, you see that there? Not very much to do there at all, guys. Not very much at all. And across. And again, guys, just riding this off his head. Again, here's a Scabacia tip number 5. what I'm doing with my clipper is I'm not scooping. What I'm doing is I'm coming in and I'm coming off his head. So it's almost like a half a C motion. It's not a full curve because otherwise I'm going to build weight. Whereas, because what I want to do is remove bulk. Hence, that's why I can literally lift it off his head. And I can't worry that I'm going too high. So I'm focusing on, when you're doing this, is the butt of the blade. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So again, we've removed a lot of weight that we know we don't want. What we're going to do, guys, is be extremely cautious of our patron and client. I don't want to probably lose hair, so just be mindful. Be very mindful. Do a little bit of refining. Again, similar technique to how I was doing with my clipper. I'm not tilting the comb right out here, because if you imagine if I go in there and I start chomping like this, what we'll do is we're going to build more weight. All I want to do, got my C grip, and I'm just coming straight off. Again, I'm conscious of being parallel. And then I can use our amazing Reuzel blending shears to remove any more excess weight. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Nick, how are we doing on time, buddy? Just like a rough idea. You okay? We good?
Yeah, we're doing good. You already let everybody know what product you're using, but we're about at that point.
Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna use a little bit more as well. I just love blow drying with it because I love seeing my client. They can see we've still got loads of work to do in terms of like edging around the lineup, sorry, around the model. But so early on in the haircut, they can actually get a real visualization of how we're going to finish. And I think I love that. It's a good tip if you have a new client in the chair and you use either our hybrid or our water-based products. Obviously, we would recommend using our waxes on damp hair because, of course, as we know, water and wax do not mix, guys. But with our water-based products or our hybrid, they work really, really well being blow dried in the hair. All right, guys, just gonna give it here a nice taper at the back. And again, I'm gonna go through a couple more scum bastard tips. I hope you guys are enjoying these again. I'm sort of trying to do these little tips and stuff during our haircut today, just to give you those little boosts of things that you might do already, but you don't realize that you do it or that you don't feel as confident doing it. So I really do hope these little tips are helping you tonight or today, wherever you may be watching from. So to get the bottom part, so now we're in our zone 1, so that is below our obstacle area here. Now, some people, if you're doing a taper and you're just blending all the way down, you might leave it really heavy. So I always like to have that finishing line in. So a secondary baseline, if you will. So you can see where Abe's neck hair is here. And we're just here at the back on his neck here. We want to make sure it grows back as evenly as possible. So I'm going to make a line as evenly as possible. This is just a nice tip, guys. That's going to ensure growing out nice, consistent haircut. Now we can do a bit more of our tapering. And again, I'm using that heel, guys, just on his obstacle, because a taper has to finish at that point. And again, this is what the personalization that I love with our haircuts and our classic range. That you can be like, oh, I want to have tapers. Oh, I want it to just be skin faded. Oh, I want to keep the fenders. Guys, let us know in the comments. Nick was saying how one of his things that he was proud of this year was just how great our academy is coming along in Denver. If you've been there or you've taken the class there, let us know in the comments what's your favorite piece or what did you take away from it that really helped you. That'd be great to know, guys. It's always good to have some amazing feedback. And I went to our Denver academy, and honestly, it just felt inspiring being in the room, seeing the pictures from like our scorum days, seeing those around the place. That's amazing. Our American team with Nick and Steph and George, especially at the academy, they do like a fantastic job, and I love working with those guys. So a cheeky plug to them, of course. Nick, you can pay me later. Don't worry about it, lads.
All right, yeah. I got you. I'm sure I'll steal something from you and use it out there. You get
There
your
you go.
royalties. Talk to Carrie. She'll expense it. She'll prove
There
it.
we go. Get a Superman trademark. And now, of course, a huge thank you to Carrie because she does an amazing job with not only our American ambassador team, but our global, our European stuff everywhere. We had guys coming in from Vietnam that we did a big event for with back in Holland. So she does a great job, like organizing us and making sure we stay on top. So thank you very much, Carrie, for a great job this year. It's really been awesome. All right, now we can frame our haircut. This is my favorite one. Nick has been very kind and open and said that he's borrowed stuff. My favorite one, though, is that Rob stole my framing. That's right, the bloody butcher stole my thing, but he does credit. So at the minute, guys, we've taken out our weight, we've got our great haircut through the top there, but now we need to frame it. We really need to frame our work. So we are just making sure we do a nice solid frame for a maiden haircut. Using trimmers, my Scambasson technology number 6, I think. We'll go with 6.
I don't even know. It's like the
I
12
don't
days of
know.
Christmas, but the 12 tips from Paulus.
That's exactly right. There you go. We're gonna do 12. So we're on 6 now. Here's number 6. So a lot of people when they're doing lineups, they get really worried, so they like to face the blades like this. But you can see that's not really doing an awful lot. What I find works better if I concentrate on these first 3 teeth, 3 to 4 teeth through here. And you see that just give me a cleaner finish, guys. Much cleaner finish. And again, reverse it, you see? Actually, I think we're on 7 now because I said that I like blow drying our water-based product in the hair so the client, especially for a first-time client, they can really see that end result start to really come to life. So that was number 6. Number 7 is our angles on our trimmer. And you can see, guys, just there where the hair's a little bit weaker. So I'm not giving him a huge pushback, but I'm just making it as nice and consistent as possible. Fantastic. Okay, just say something like that. That's a little bit stronger. Okay, guys, it is definitely worth spending those extra couple of minutes when you're doing your line work just to make it as smooth as possible. Again, coming through here. And you can see I'm not going right like this. I'm using those first few teeth coming through. Fantastic. Again, starting to look really nice and strong now coming through. Again, guys, I'm being super conscious that I'm not pushing back Abe's hairline here. What I don't want is I don't want it to grow out. I just want it to get longer. Very, very different, guys. Let's come back to tip number 8 there. We don't want our lineups to grow out. Just get longer. Amazing. Right. Blow drying back into place. So we might add a little bit of product. And again, the thing that I love about our hybrids or our water-based products is blow drying in, it's going to break the product down. So it's going to make it that little bit more malleable. So I can shape the hair with the product really, really, really well. All right, guys, again, blow drying from the back. Using my hot air to mold the hair where I want it to go. Using my cold air to set it where I want it to stay. Again, guys, that is just sitting absolutely fantastic. Really, really good. Oh, coming through. Now, guys, see what I was doing there? Let's go back to tip number 9. When I'm blow drying, I'm not trying to create lift during that apex area, that tallest part of the head. I don't want to create lift there. I literally want to retain all the lift, the Superman, as we're going to go by Nick, right? All of that is on our front here. Yeah, I really don't want to create lift here. So as you saw, I was blow drying it like this. Now I'm at the front, we can do our Superman. Then using that cold air aesthetics. Now, of course, using our very festive pick. I'm just kidding, they come like this all year. But it looks good today. Coming through, guys. And what I'm doing is I'm using the back of my fingers to just soften and keep those hairs in place.
Hey, Paul,
Yes, sir.
would you be able to recite and sing your 12 tips, your 12 capacitor tips,
And sing it?
and sing it? You got to sing it.
Oh, jeez.
Actually, don't sing it. Just write them down and then send them to us, and we'll share them.
All right. Are you sure? I've been told I'm the
Yeah.
voice of a dying giraffe.
Like Christmas angels.
That's it. Like Christmas hogs. Guys,
That was a request from Carrie.
of course it
Recite-
was.
Write them down. Let us know.
I will. Don't you worry about it. I'll do our 12 Reuzel Christmas tips.
Steph says she wants to hear you sing.
Steph, you can save that. You know, I'll give you a private session next time I come to the US. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Guys, I'm really loving how this is looking. So again, step number 11.
And where was
Now,
10?
are we on 10? Sorry. I'm so sorry.
I don't know.
I will write them all down. Don't worry. So, one tip, not trick. It's not Halloween. I'm actually going to use the bristles of my brush to help with my brush lines. Have you seen any of my work online? One thing that you'll notice is I'm really focusing in on my brush lines. And what I do is I just use a fade brush. Did you see that? Alan, can you zoom right in there? It's just grouping all of those hairs together to give a really soft, consistent finish. Again, like here through the top. You see that there? Look at that. That is just going to group everything together. Give it a nice, strong, consistent finish. Guys, for taking any photos of your work, I really recommend you get used to it, because even look at that there. Look how consistent and beautiful those brush lines are just in this area here. Really, really good, guys. Tip number 11. Oh, tip number 11. What do we think? What do you think?
Not Scooby, mate.
Scooby. Okay. Tip number 11. I'm going to say don't over-egg the pudding. Sometimes
What did you say? What did you just say? What did you just say?
Have you not heard that
I
before?
missed. No, I missed it again. What was it?
Don't over egg the pudding.
Don't over egg the pudding.
Yeah, you've heard that, right? Yeah. You heard of that?
It must be across the pond. I've never heard
Is that
that.
what you say? All right. I'm bringing it over to you, my colonial cousins and people from
Colonial
around the
cousins.
world.
All right, I'm gonna start saying it. All right, let us know what it means.
Okay, so over means sometimes we can over procrastinate and just keep going and be like, oh, I need to do this, and then refine it, or restyle it and restyle it. Sometimes you've got to take a step back and be like, it's good. All right. I feel like us as creatives in this space of hair that we work in, we can really procrastinate on things, or we can overthink things, or think things need more and more and more. So the saying of don't overegg the pudding is sometimes it's good. Leave it alone. Stop messing. Yeah?
Okay, I got it.
You got it?
I
So
got it.
again, if I was taking a picture here, guys, the one thing that would really bother me, you can see this here. You see that in there, ads? Just where those loose hairs are. It's like, no. I want to get those brush lines in. Look at that. Nice and solid. You see, it just follows Abe's head really, really beautifully there. Sits really, really nice. Suits our client. And I'm going to take all these little hairs off and we get Abe to do a shirt because Abe has the best looking back. There it goes, like that. Some say that he is Duncan's distant colonial cousin. Some say. All we know is he's called the Stick. No, that's a different show. Hey, that was good. You like that one. Guys. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all these little loose hairs off A. You can do a good shirt. I'll grab his jacket and then I'll give you my final Scumbassador pick, ending our live for December 2024. But I'll let Abe sort himself out, get these little loose hairs off him. I'll grab his jacket, and while doing that, I'll get ready for that tip. Look at that, isn't that like the British Duncan? So much
100%. So good.
Right. All right, guys. So for my final 12 days of Christmas Scumbassador tip: don't eat yellow snow.
That's a great one. That's the best. That's the best one.
On that note, I've been Paul Taylor-Clinch, Pirate Ballers on Instagram. This has been Abe, my amazing mold tonight. Adam has been filming. Again, huge thank you to Nicholas for doing his lives all year. Huge thank you for Carrie for putting up with me all year. But most importantly, huge thank you to you guys for your amazing support over this year. It really does mean the world to us. We look forward to seeing what 2025 brings. On that note, thank you. Good night. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Kwanzaa. Happy holidays. And I hope you all enjoyed this festive period.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Beautiful work. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us all year long. 2024. We couldn't have done it without you. Just a few notes before we sign off. Our next Facebook Live presentation kicking off 2025. We have Scumbassador Emmy Shirk from Denver, Colorado. And our first Denver Classics Academy class of the year will be held on January 26th and 27th at our Academy in Denver. We're looking forward to seeing you all there. Everybody have a safe and happy holiday. Enjoy your time off, and we will see you next year.